Led by a lifelong interest in healing, Dr. Linda Salvin pursued an advanced degree in epidemiology. Then, after dramatic near-death experiences, Dr. Linda saw the other side and returned with gifts of insight, visions, and revealed wisdom. Now those gifts are ongoing, and she's here to share them with you. Get ready to be amazed. It's time for Dr. Linda Salvin's Psychic Solutions podcast with America's original radio psychic, Dr. Linda Salvin, offering up her always fascinating blend of psychic psychology, clairvoyant insights, and expert guests and alternative healing methods. So pull up a chair and get ready for a visit with the one and only Dr. Linda. And now, live from Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Linda Salvin.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Linda Salvin. I'm a PhD in metaphysics, and I am your host every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday when you find the Psychic Solutions podcast on any of the 100+ platforms out there, whether it's YouTube, iTunes, iHeart, drlindaradio.com. That's where you put all my shows on my own station, plus everything here and wherever you get all of your shows. Now, today we're going to be talking about what goes through and with a person going through a terrible divorce, but how it turned into something positive with creativity, art, and abundance of energy to help other people through crisis. A lot of like what I do with intervention of the negative and how you turn your life around, that there's always hope, there's always faith, and there's always courage when you find it within yourself. I'm going to be bringing on Elena Berman in just a moment, but I want to let you know a little bit about her. She was married. We're going to hear about the treacherous divorce she went through years ago and how she turned her life around. She's also an author, a lecturer. She's an entrepreneur. She's dedicated, especially to her mom. I've met her daughter a few times, but she's full of character. She's from Europe. You will hear her accent. She's blessed with artistic gifts that I don't think she even knew until she had to go through the trauma of the divorce. And she's developed profitable projects for people like Nokia and Sensusi and Industrial Bank and many like Hollywood Cinema Arts, Mary Kay, other big name companies she's worked with over the years. But she's also helped people pinpoint how they can get to their goal quicker without having to take 10, 20 years of life experience, which is what most of us do. Life is a journey, as we know. And as a psychic healer and a medium, I've been on this path helping people since I started in 1992 after my own tragedies with a plane crash hit by a fire truck, totaled a car, and I was out of commission for several years until I finally figured out how to integrate my background, which is epidemiology, and open up psychically, which is what happened. And then I went into metaphysics and broadcasting for over 30 years. So let's bring on Elena, and we're going to see how similar our pain has been to be promoting other people's well-being by going through the pain and being the teacher. Hi, how are you? Welcome to the show, Elena. It's good to see you.
Hello. Thank you for having me. You did such a great introduction.
Thank you. I think I've done, I kind of know you a little bit. I mean, I've known you, about 20 years, I think, 15, 20 years. But to really have other people get to know the beauty and the strength that you have in your characters, why I wanted to bring you onto the show. So we will be showing a few pictures of your art in a few moments. But I want you to talk about like how long were you married and what was the pinnacle of the pain, like where you both just knew it wasn't going to work because you went through some really, really hard times, which is where all this, you had to go up to go down to come back up. But what really happened where you want to help people avoid loss? What was the hardest part of what happened? Was it the money? Was it the anger? Was it the selfishness? I mean, it's all involved.
Oh, yeah, it is. As you know, by yourself.
No, I've never been married.
I mean, you
with trauma. Yeah,
you have a lot of people you consult. First of all, I will be interested most for women who are foreign and who came in America to get American husband.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, that's right. I'm regular male bride, right? This is how it's
called. Oh, so to get your green card, is that what happened?
No. It's obviously so many people do that, but I never wanted to live in America. I never wanted to get married American man. And I always wanted to be in Europe, particularly in Paris, because I have relatives there. So
were you from Ukraine or Hungary?
I'm from Ukraine.
Ukraine. Okay.
So it just happened on Match.com. We just met, and I even didn't put myself. This is my girlfriend put me on dating site, And at that time, I was a director of marketing and advertisement in big holding company. And she said, Elena, did you check your email? I said, no, why? When I opened it, it was all full. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, so many guys. So let me learn English a little bit here.
Oh, no. Whoa, what year was this? How far back are we going? When was this?
22
Okay.
years ago. Yeah. So this is what happened. So, and you kind of meet, and then it starts a very romantic way. And
Yeah.
You come here as a fiance. You have 3 months to decide if you want to stay or not. So, in the beginning, I decided to leave right away because I felt like some issues in connections in language, and I was thinking, no, maybe it's me. I was blaming everything on myself because I was thinking maybe I don't understand English. Now I have a little bit improvement. I can talk to you, but before I couldn't explain myself like that. So that's why I blamed, and I decided, okay, maybe he's wiser. He's older than me, and we have a difference.
Maybe you just didn't trust your soul and your feelings, but go on.
Yes,
Of course, that's what it boils down to, which is
exactly.
why, yeah, I've been through plenty of relationships. I've been proposed to, but it never felt exactly the way I know it's supposed to. I get close, but you went for it anyway. Let's go. How old were you when you actually married him?
Oh my gosh, you asking how old I am now?
No, when you married him.
No, I was about 30.
Okay.
So, and I decided, okay, let me put myself down and let's figure it out. Maybe it's my fault. So I gave him a shot, and we got married in Bellagio. And after that, interesting story began.
Mm. Was
But
this his first marriage, Ilana? Was this his
yes,
first marriage?
yes. And I was hoping it will be last, but as you know, circumstances come to our life and they show up through people because we get everything in life through people, bad or good. So that's why you have to be really intuitive and really trust your guts, who you're dealing with, because you will get from that person or bad or good stuff. So now I'm really know how to trust myself, but I would love to have a session with you anyway.
Yeah, when this is just so people know, when I was in Alaska a few months ago, I got an email from Elena, but I had someone else's name on the phone number, so I thought I was talking to another client. Somehow they have almost the same phone number off 2 digits, and when I saw it, I just put the other one's name, which is why I thought I was talking to someone else, not you, and then it all straightened out. But yes, we will book a session. That's funny, but yes, I'd be more than happy to work with you. But how many years did the actual marriage last? Because you have a daughter.
Yeah, how many years? It was an interesting question because marriage, it wasn't like regular marriage. So that's why for me, I said, well, how long you been divorced? I said, since the day I was married. So for civil and all of this court visitation, it was for 12 years.
Okay, the records.
Yeah, for 15 years, we kind of been in divorce. I mean, in the marriage, and now it is about 5 years I'm out of marriage legally.
Yeah, but you changed your whole life. But before we get into what you've become and where you're headed, what were some of the dynamics of that marriage that really destroyed you, that had you so crippled? I mean, it hurt you and it suffocated you. What was he, just narcissistic or controlling or abusive? Or talk to us.
Yeah, it's a good question. Thank you very much. Because right now it is very popular and people started to wake up and started to pay attention who they are, basically, finally. Because this is number one. And I wrote the book, 3 Things You Should Know Before Divorce, even if you're happily married. It will be out soon. So, and one of the things you should know, you have to figure it out how much your future spouse would be narcissistic. Because if he will be more than 50% narcissist, forget about a good marriage. Forget, just run. This is my advice. Just my advice. Don't take a chance. If you don't want to lose time, money, yourself, your health, and everything, and opportunities, because we have one time in life great opportunity. If you're not ready to take it, it's gone. So that's why I was a little bit concerned, but I worked on myself, and now I'm just looking forward. That's it. No stops. So two more things I will maybe explain another time, or when people will have with me consultations, or will come on website. Sometimes I do for free. So, and I will explain unbelievable approach, because people don't pay attention to that. I didn't either. I didn't know that, because
Gee, maybe you're normal. Maybe you're human. Maybe you're just a normal person living life, growing up, trying to figure it out like everybody. We think our parents have all the answers, but we can parent differently when we see it ourselves as to what didn't work with our parents. You try to give your kids something different. Me with my friendships versus how I might have been in college or whatever. We grow, you learn, you do the work inside, but you suffered a lot. I think you were already out of the marriage when I first met you years ago with the group of people.
I really well remember what you said to me. Your father said to you, Linda, stay away from men who are car dealers.
And my father always said that, yeah.
Because they are the same crooks. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, Linda.
Yeah, I made that joke when you told me that he was in the automotive.
Yes. And I'm thinking, my gosh, it makes sense, because I'm from Ukraine. We didn't have a profession like that, because, we had a different economy or whatever. Yeah, at that time. But now everything is the same. So for me, car dealer, it's like, I even didn't realize what kind of psyche behind that. Because
sales, get the money, get the money, get the money, get the money.
Yeah.
Get the money.
and deals. So basically, I was a deal for him, because you invite from foreign countries such a great resource asset for cheap, even for nothing. So he was thinking he gained very big deal on me, because I can do everything. I did business. I did everything in the house. I remodeled for 6 months house. Can you imagine? We didn't have even floor. I was working.
Was that the house when you had that party one time that I saw that beautiful home at the end of the? Okay, yeah.
I needed it happen. So for 6 months, you're going outside of your house to go for the shower in the garage. Isn't it funny?
While you're remodeling, right? I understand.
Right. So it was a lot of things, but I was okay. I was young. I was energetic, enthusiastic, And since I showed up in the country, I started to drive the car right away. Right away. Second day, I was in the school already learning English. And 1 month later,
you got to give yourself a lot of credit to come here and not speak English, and then end up with a car salesman, or what he owned the lot or whatever he did. I mean, he was pretty. Did he own the lots? I forget. He was pretty much a businessman. He wasn't just this car salesperson, but he was in the car industry.
He was basically he's a bank, because he was loaning money and people buying under his license, and he is giving you money in order you will buy it. So over there.
Oh, okay. So he was more of the loan officer in the automotive to help people buy things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's incident, but it was all about the money. But the heartache, the pain, sleeping with him, cooking for him, traveling with him, trying to talk, have a conversation, listen to his day, your day. What did you do?
What did I do? You mean during the marriage?
Yeah.
I did everything. For example, it's the same question was asked me one day, his sister. And I'm thinking, interesting question. What you would do if you will come in the country, you don't have any contacts, any relatives, any language skills, nothing. You don't know anything.
Right.
So I was exploring life. So I was working on Mary Kay, and I become in 1 year very successful, almost a director. And I got the car, and I got the money, and I had contacts. I had a little bit educate myself through women in Mary Kay, because who can teach you more than women, right?
Right,
They tell you
right.
everything. So, and then I was trying to figure it out what I have to do here. Then I got my daughter, beautiful Sarah, and
Gosh, how old is she now? About 18, 20,
19 or 20.
19?
Maybe
Yeah,
soon.
it's been a while.
Yeah. So this is what it is. And when we started divorce, and I was a little bit figured it out. Not we actually. I was forced to divorce because it's too
For
long.
your sanity, or and because there was no relationship, or did he want you out?
He wanted me out, but the question is why he wanted me out.
Other women.
He was under influence, and hypnosis did a lot in this case. And we had, of course, cherchez la femme, looking for women, look for woman. If you have a trouble in your relationship, always look for woman. She can be or obvious in this situation or behind the scene. But it always starts from envy. Always somebody is looking at you, how beautiful you have life, how lucky you are to have this house. Oh my gosh, and everything. Oh, he's so in love with you, blah blah blah. And somebody can be envy for that. So I didn't realize that. For me, it's like normal, right? Because you live this life. And this has happened like one crazy woman, Russian one. Her name is Natalie. And she actually started to ask me, Lena, help me, help me. I said, why are you depressed? I don't have time to be depressed. You have family, mother here and everything. Oh, please help me. So she started to beg me and try to go out with me.
Was she really trying to get your husband?
I think she did. And
I
then
think so too.
I introduced her to
She was using you for something, right?
yeah,
Yes, I see. Go on.
exactly. So I introduced her to industry people, and then I see they react differently. But anyway, so when I went to Ukraine, now I coming back, he served me with the papers, and I said, okay, let's figure it out. What's going on? Person shaking. He doesn't want to explain anything. He is afraid of something. It looks like somebody put on you spell or hypnotize you very hard, so you're shaking. So I think he's afraid of me right now, even for no reason. This is how it works when somebody mess up with your brain. This is very serious. And we right now in the world right now, basically in the same situation.
Mhm.
We being spelled through TV and
Oh,
economy.
yeah, there's a lot of
So
mental abuse, I
exactly.
would say, because mainstream media has dictates one way, and the media is controlled. We know that. We can't really talk about it here on the show because there's censorship even on the platforms. But there's a lot of new rules have come out over the years, especially since about 2016, and as the digital world has evolved. And now we know what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. We see what's going on with Taiwan and China. We see what might be going on here with the United States. We see what's going on in Israel and Palestine. I mean, the whole world's screwed up. The whole world is messed up. It's not just you. It's not just me. We're all affected by it. But let's take it back to you. So you come back from Ukraine, you saw your family, he serves you with papers. You have this girl, Natalie, up your back trying to coerce you into something that really wasn't you. And yet you kind of fell for her manipulation while she was trying to either steal something, ideas, personality, lend her money, whatever she was doing for you for her, right?
Yeah, I was helping her because she wanted to be a manager of one very famous hypnotizer.
Oh, okay. So your connections, yeah, you're well connected.
So
I see. Okay.
I did it, and basically over there was a little bit drama, and everything was turned back on me. But because I said I'm out of the deal, so I didn't want to do anything with that because I see it's where it's going. So basically, I first time was introduced to narcissistic personality, and then now I'm so happy because I went through that situation and experience, because now I understand what's going on in the world. Uh, Everything happening in the same scenario, gaslighting, manipulation, hypnosis, heavy NLP on people, lying. Everything I experienced in my personal small version of the world means family. So right now, I'm very much aware of what's going on. Now I know what to do, even on the level of my whole life, because a lot of people lost right now. They cannot analyze what's going on. They,
That's too big. It's scary.
yeah,
People are afraid of dying. People are getting sicker more and more. Food is changing. I've done shows on the glyphosates and the poisons that they're spraying on the food, which is affecting our bodies, our weight, our brains. Disease is up, diabetes is up. You know, people are getting sicker and sicker and sicker when we're out trying to be healthier. And it's all one great big cycle. You're stuck with the food that goes to the medication, which goes to the doctor, which goes to the pharmacy, which goes to the insurance company. And it's one great big cycle of just that. And then you got the media. I just had a guy on the show last week who's been in the media over 45, 50 years. And we were talking like even how news has to be chosen as to what can be out on the news with everything going on, everything specific. We don't have freedom of speech like we used to any more than we really have the freedom of our soul if we're in a bad relationship. So when you started to crumble, I guess would be the word, Elena, you kept the house, right? He moved out.
no.
Oh,
I
because
lost everything.
you lost every.
He took even stole everything from me. He stole money, he never would mate without me. And he testified that the kitchen, beautiful kitchen that
It was a beautiful kitchen. I remember the island and all the food when you had that big party. It was gorgeous. The house was gorgeous, and the lake. I mean, you lived in a very exclusive area. You should be very happy because you were privileged. The average person doesn't live like that. So you came from something. I don't know where you are next. I haven't seen you in person for a while, especially since COVID. But is that house still a part of you, or did you sell that? It's gone.
It
You
is
sold
so
it.
underpriced. He didn't want to if I will have any piece of that.
Wow.
So he put it all liens on the house. He didn't tell me, and I did a mistake, very huge mistake. And because my parents died during the divorce, because he lied to my parents, so they couldn't handle that.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and so this has ended up very. And you know what? After the situation, I got very very powerful statement. He said, if Elena will happen to be on the street, she will survive. So he has so much belief in me. So I have to believe in myself for sure. So
And you have, because after this tumultuous loss, you lost your status, you lost your home, you lost your family, your parents got sick and passed away. A lot of it, they were probably so worried about you over here that they couldn't cope with whatever they were dealing with on top of everything else. You walked away with your daughter. You still had integrity and you had to start all over again. Let's bring on some of the pictures of her paintings, Rebel. Let's just show what this woman has emerged into as an artist. Now, talk about this for a moment. Where did this come from? Your art is stunning. It's beautiful. The colors, the structures, the abstracts. So you became an artist after all of this. You just started painting.
yeah, thank you. This is actually, I'm not regular painter. As you see, I'm mostly color therapy, do for myself and for others. And this is from childhood. I was doing of course, drawing my portraits, for example. I could do realistic stuff, but I'm not interested. So I like this kind of style. And when I went to one laughter therapy or art therapy, Lark Pilinski, with my daughter to help her to overcome a little bit stress of divorce.
Of course, with the anxiety, the depression, the PTSD, all of it.
Most of the people actually do good for others, but they don't do for themselves. But luckily, in my situation, this has turned out I helped myself because I helped to my daughter. So, and I started to draw. She said, try, Elena. And I did. So, and another picture, I don't know if you have it.
I think we have 2 or 3. Rebel, just pop up the next one. There we go. That's like a heart and love and passion and anger and confusion all in one piece is what I see. It's all the emotions, but you call it heart of the world, which is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a big one, and I have this above the sofa. So, oh, this is another one. This heart, by the way, on the left side, I have in the
Expressed
gallery.
heart.
Yeah,
Hmm.
is in the gallery of St. John Hospital because they treat people with hearts. So it's there now.
And the
So,
spiritual colors, it looks like somebody sitting down about to play piano.
oh, really?
That's what I see. Yeah. Like there's like a jazz musician or somebody about to play a keyboard. Go ahead, talk about it. They're both gorgeous.
Thank you. So the first painting was Madonna. I called her because she looks like a beautiful, like with full breasts and like covered head, but completely abstract. And I was thinking, why did this image come up out of my hands? And I'm thinking, because I was caring for my child so much. I was into motherhood so much. So it went even on my painting. So this painting for me very precious and very valuable. So this is how it started. And then I just educate myself with very good professionals, artists who established already. And I got a little bit technical stuff and I started to do my exhibitions and I started to sell. First painting, what you showed, it's very popular because I sell this on as a copy on the metal, and some of the, for example, banker has it. Some a few other people, business people, has it, and it's looks my art looks very good on metal. This is what I figured it out.
I think it's great. Some people need canvas, you have metal. Everybody's got their own medium and what works for them. Or, it's like a musician. Some are jazz and some are folk and some are rock and some are alternative. And then when it comes to whatever you paint on, I've seen a lot of your paintings on the walls. I mean, do you have a book out or just the website? Where can people find the paintings should they want to learn more about where your work is?
My website lbbrave.com, I have to remodel it, but all paintings right now you can find on saatchiart.com.
Saatchi Art.
Yeah, Saatchi Art, and you have to look for LB Brave Artist.
ELBE.
Yeah, ELBE Brave.
Brave.
Artist. Yes.
I'll be brave. Okay. So if anybody's interested, or if you can't remember, you can always contact me at Dr. Linda at lindasalvin.com, and I'll get you to Elena if you don't hear it through the show. Go on. So you have all this work. You don't stop. I procrastinate in getting my book done, or I procrastinate finishing a song. I do the shows. I love doing the readings. I focus on helping people and doing the work, but my creative stuff art sometimes gets pushed aside. You made it more of your life and more of your living, and people know you as an artist, but you also do consulting to help people, especially from Europe, who have gone through a similar situation. Now, I know there's mail order brides. I'm very aware of the Asians, the Ukrainians, the Russians. I've seen the ads. I don't know the websites. I don't know that I'd ever put myself up on I'm available, but because I feel I could have been married a few times through the years. I've had proposals and I have loved some of these men immensely. Okay. But something didn't feel right that I should commit my life to it, or I had more to do in my own purpose that I thought maybe a marriage might interfere. Now I'm at a point that I do hope I get married. My dad's at a point where he wouldn't know anymore, and I was hoping it would happen for me before my dad lost his memory. But it happens in God's time. Everything's spiritual. Men, women, children, career, pain, growth. Our experiences, it's not written in stone. We get here, we're born, and we don't know what to do. You have to give yourself credit. You came to a country not knowing a soul, and you created a whole new life, even though the pain and being whipped and stripped and abused. And I mean, I'm sure there were times you didn't want to get out of bed. You just wanted to stay under the covers and cry until it passed, and then watch TV. And then all of a sudden,
how do you know?
Because you're human like everybody. There are times I go, or I travel, or I'm at a party, or I'm out to eat. And then there's other times I just want to curl up because we have to take care of ourselves. If there's no one there to hold us, we have to hold us. We have to nurture. and then we replenish. We eat right, we drink enough water, we take a walk. Yeah, we know the basics, but we still hurt. You're gorgeous. You always present yourself in the most stunning manner, but
Yeah.
people don't know your pain. They don't. They don't know mine unless I talk about it. I talk about it all the time because it's just who I am. I'm not afraid to express where I've been. I don't always talk about what's going on right now, except with the few people that know my inner world. But you've helped people, and that's the gratification. That's where it starts to feel when somebody says, "Oh, thank you, Lynn, I needed to hear that." Just like you remember when I was joking saying, "Oh, because my dad sold cars when I was a kid for a short time." He says, "Don't ever trust a car salesman because it's always just about the money and they're out to scam you." I remember saying that to you and how it clicked in, but that was my experience. But now, all these years later, you've got a book coming out. You got the art that people want. You help people spiritually and emotionally. You've created a whole new life. But on the other side, besides being a mom, you still get lonely. Do you think you'll ever marry again? Or if the right person were to show up and your heart really found the soul mate, do you think you would go into another relationship, Elena?
Of course, yeah. Right now, I just take my time, and I'm very careful, very cautious what I'm dealing with, and I would never, never will compromise my freedom, my security. No way. So it should be or one way or no way.
Yeah, no, we're tough. I met somebody earlier this year and I knew it would not work because it's long distance, but the feeling opened something up in my heart that I hadn't felt in a long time because I closed the door on somebody else a few years ago that I may open again as I don't think it's resolved. But every now, I mean, you're like me, you can meet thousands of people in life, but only once in a while. And that's where the soulmate, that's where the soul comes in. And when we listen to our inner self or that God self or that intuition or whatever that sixth sense is that says, no, don't, but you do it anyway. And then the guilt, then the fear, then the abuse, then the, oh my God, I'm trapped, and all the things that we go through just because we didn't listen, we pay a price. We survive it. But getting out of whatever it is, if it's a relationship, a business deal, a bad executive decision, which we've all made, you buy this, you invest that, it didn't go right, whatever. And that's like, oh, why did I do that? Well, it's just life. We're just learning experiences. Yeah. But what we're learning to do is trust that, think it through a little longer than being as impulsive. But it's not just a male thing, female thing. I think it's a human thing. Some men are more like your ex was all business, all money. And there's an excitement on the sale. Like when you sell a painting, it's like, wow, I got that. And you want more. That's what makes Mary Kay. Let's go sell more makeup. Let's go sell more lipstick. Let's go sell more mascara. It's
but about
sale.
Art is different. About art, you don't want to give away your art, honestly.
No, you want to hold on to it. Well, I made that. I don't want to sell it. And then when it's hard to let that go. I did that with pottery years ago. I would give away pottery, sell my pottery, but I made it. I made the pot. I want that, but I don't need it. But you did it for others to enjoy. But yeah, there's a different passion and connection to your art when it comes out of you.
Yeah,
but
because you give away part of yourself.
Of course, but somebody else enjoys it, which is why now you can make lithographs and different copies so that you can keep the original and others are enjoying it. But the thing is, with all this pain came this beauty.
Thank you.
A phoenix rises, and that's what I try to teach people over and over and over again. No matter how far down we go, we can still come back up if you have faith or courage. You've got more courage than anybody I know, girl. You are always doing something, and you're always out there. And you take your breaks, and you refocus or regenerate, like all of us. Nobody can go at 100% all the time. It's impossible, except on Instagram or Facebook. It looks like when you post something and your life is so huge. It's not. We all suffer in some way. But as far as your helping people through the adversities in their own lives, whether it's raising their children, looking for a new purpose, getting out of a marriage, going into a marriage, buying a house together is a big thing. Merging your styles. You might be modern and he might be provincial, or you might be, who knows, but you got to blend everything. You got to figure out what the most common braid is. You got 1, 2, and then you make a third, which is the unit. And that's not always easy. In your situation, was it more about him than it was him versus you and him, or him versus the us? Was it more always about him?
You know, I'm that kind of person. I have a very big curiosity in life, and I'm excited of any new project. So for me, it was a project. New house, okay, I will do this project.
It was
I'm all involved.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a family. Oh, it is project. I have a man. Oh, it is a project. So fully connected, you know. I'm
Yeah.
course, and I don't play like all these games. I'm completely transparent, and I'm give myself 100%, because some people say, oh, you give 50% and 50. No, you give 100% to each other, and there is no negotiations. It's supposed to be you
But
take
that's
it.
what most people don't understand. In a relationship, you've got to give, compromise, build the partnership. It can't be one way or skewed. And that's where the problems come, because if one doesn't want to open up, you've got a problem. You got to communicate. You got to spill the guts. You got to get that intimacy going. But towards the end, I'm sure you were looking at him and wanted to go to another room, or didn't want to sleep with them. And it was like all of a sudden you cringe when you're around each other. It's like, oh, I don't want to see you. I know at the end it's horrible. I can only imagine what you went through. But if he threw all those lanes, he really did first he couldn't wait to get you, then he couldn't wait to destroy you, is what it turned into be.
Yeah, over there, vendetta is a big deal. So in his small world, he looked for hurt me, and he was trying to hurt me for no reason. And I said, everybody's asking me, Lena, what did you do to him? I said, look, I gave him a daughter. I gave him a house. I made this happen. I introduced him and take care of him to healthy food, because I'm a nutritionist.
Yeah, you're a great cook. Yeah.
Yeah, so I did for him a reunion of family. All his family was welcome in my house with organic food, and I cooked 100%. So I gave him a reputation. I gave him money, because with my energy, he made it a lot more money that he made it before me. Can you imagine? So, and I said, that's why he hates me, because if he will let me go, he wants to keep everything, because he will not be able to make it. So
Wow.
that's why he keeps and let me go, because when you are with a partner, it's let's see like that. You have a business, right, with somebody. You have a business partner, and you do the work, you dedicate it. And suddenly one day your partner just say, you know what, I don't need you, blah blah blah. And he takes all your portion, your money, and you just gone. You have to go. Business now is mine. And you go and open yourself another one, because you're capable. You will survive. That's all.
Last question, because we're running out of time already. It's quick. What's he doing now? Do you know, or did he lose a lot? Did it start to fall through the cracks where he thought he had control over everything? But did he start to?
It looks like we're doing video, I mean, interview about him, right? But
No, it's about it's all of it, because it teaches
Yeah.
people the type of people. No,
I'm
this
just-
has been about you. It's
yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
that's not right. It's
Yeah,
not
no,
about
I'm
it's what you've gone through. Because if he was so controlling and so punishing and you were kicked out, what did he end up with?
So he's doing this.
Karma. I'm about karma. So he's going to get bit in the butt.
I don't know about that, because I don't
I
believe
do.
in that outcome. And next time we will talk about this. Actually, we can do another subject, especially on those spiritual stuff. So he does the same right now. He found Filipino woman.
All right, so she's even more manipulative.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
because
now-
she's more passive and he can do his thing, and she'll find out later. But when you turn it all around for everything you went through, look what you came out ahead. You came out ahead because of your, well, I don't know your educational background, but with marketing and business, pardon?
Master degree in economy.
In economics?
Basically.
Okay, so you're obviously educated, you're intelligent, you're beautiful, you're gifted. You're meant to always succeed, no matter how many times you're punched down. You always stand back up, Elena. And that's what you give to the people in your art. You see all the hearts and all the love and the whimsical, talented. Your art's whimsical, meaning it's got activity. You can dance with it. You can move with You can feel some of the sadness. You can see some of the beauty. Like it may have been a woman there, but I also saw music. I saw somebody wanting to play keyboard and bring out notes. Everything's expressive. And it's just like you raising your daughter. It's you starting over again. Yeah, we rise if we want to. A lot of people come to you, me, or you hear it through the grapevine, so-and-so is really having a bad time. They never picked themselves up. They never got over the grief. They never got over the loss or whatever. A lot of people don't have that kind of courage. So you got to know this isn't about your husband. It's because of him. You're where you are. And that's why you're on the show today, because of what you experienced. Yeah. So it's not about him. It's part of having been with him that got you to where you are today in 2024. Okay. So that's your strength. The pain is always going to be there. It's deep, but it gets better through time. The memories will always be there, but you keep going. And that's what life is. You know, we go through the struggles, the adversities, the obstacles, the pain. Then we have the joys and the beauty and the oceans and the rivers and the trees and the birds and art, music, and joy. You're a mom. She's growing up. And soon she doesn't need you like she used to when she was a child, when I was around at your house at those times. You know, the whole process of life. Yeah. Even though you've lost your parents, now she needs you even more than ever. And I'm sure it gets lonely. I lost my mom along the way. My dad's not really, I mean, he's alive, but it's hard to talk to now with the dementia. It gets difficult, but it's also the cycle of life. You know, we don't have a roadmap. We're not given a set of rules. Okay, you got here. Now go do this and go do that. And you'll meet this and go meet that. You work hard, but you give it back. You're the philanthropist. You help other people. You give back to help people better themselves. Yes, you're into nutrition. Yes, your book's coming out. Give us the name of the book one more time.
3 things you should know before divorce, even if you're not really married.
Are you self-publishing, so it'll be on Amazon and all of that?
Yeah, I think it will be on Amazon first, but maybe it will be farther. Maybe in some
bookstores. Okay. All right. What would you like to end with? What message would you like to give to people?
I would love to give a message for people that they don't afraid to anything where their life path will take them, because we all want something for a long time, especially if this is good for us, right? When you get married, or you have a great job, or great partner, or great salary, or whatever, a beautiful dress, we wonder this will last forever. My advice for myself and for everybody, if you want to use it, that just enjoy in fullest that time where this situation exists, because after it will be gone.
Yeah, enjoy the moment.
That's right, enjoy the moment. And while you are here, just fall in love. Doesn't matter with what and with who. Just experience that you will feel you capable of loving somebody.
That's beautiful. That's really wonderful. I want to thank you for joining the show today, Elena. I'm Dr. Linda Salvin. This is Elena Berman. Elena and I go back at least, 10, 15 years since through social contacts. But I wanted to bring her on because of her experiences, especially with a horrendous divorce that this man put her through, and yet she bounced back. And you can see, like we showed her art, she's got a book. She doesn't stop. She's used the pain to create. And that's a lot of what we do. So you open up emotions, you open up your spirit, and you become more a part of a new life, even though it's part of the journey. It's all part of the journey. So I'm going to put you backstage. I'll see you in just a moment. I'm going to close the show. That's Elena Berman. I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your experiences. And one more time, Rebel, let's just show some of that artwork again. Let's just close with some of the beauty. There we go. The different shows. It's just beautiful.
Oh, this is on the left, was black.
Which one? Which one?
Go back a little bit. This
there?
One, left.
The Elegant Madonna.
This is the number 1. Yeah. This is my first.
It's beautiful. I love all of them. I don't have any wall space where I would get some, but I love the hearts. But all of it is just like you're dancing. Some of it's anger, some of it's emotion, some of it is freedom, some of it's like busting through, some of it's stormy, but there's not a negative darkness about it. Some people's art is dark. Yours is still, like I said, it's abundant and it's fun. You've got expression. So that's what goes on inside of Elena, and she's sharing it with all of us people. You can find her art online at, say it again.
SaachiArt.com. I'll be
S-A-
brave artist. Yeah, Saachi. I don't know how to spell.
All right. Well, they can look us up. They'll find us. But the art's beautiful. You should be thrilled, even though you don't want to give it away, but because it's giving a part of your soul away, part of your heart away. But other people get to enjoy it and say, wow, I love this. I just love it. I've got art everywhere that people have created. And I think of them, or I look at them and what were they thinking when they designed it or created it or framed it even. It's the same thing. It's all like everything else. It's the process of the project, right? So you had the project. You're a project. I'm a project. Life's a project. If we get wrapped up with all the negativity, the projects don't get off the ground. Thank you so much. We'll be back with Elena maybe at another time. I'm going to say goodbye. This is Dr. Linda Salvin. I am the host of Psychic Solutions Podcast. Tune in every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday live, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed Dr. Linda Salvin's Psychic Solutions Podcast. You can reach Dr. Linda at 888-509-1077 or at lindasalvin.com. Need a breakthrough of your own? Ready for answers or insights nobody else has? Reserve your own one-on-one in-person chat. Dr. Linda isn't just for other people. Dr. Linda gets results for you. And it's easy. Contact details are on screen now. Just click on lindasalvin.com or call toll-free 888-509-1077. That's lindasalvin.com or toll-free at 888-509-1077.